Did shit go down or what in this chapter of One Piece? Holy shit, I was just reading it like so much content, so much shit happened. Good shit. Now, one of the key points of this chapter definitely is the internal struggle with Fujitora right now, because you know damn well he wants Doflamingo out of the game, he wants him done, but he's telling everyone, no, we can't go up against Doflamingo, we can't arrest him, we have to avoid doing that, and you can see that it's killing him inside, and he's even like, so what, the Marines are pretty much like God at this point, and he's feeling that in a bad way, like, you know, we're basically deciding their fate, and we're, in a sense, setting them to doom, because we're not going to stop this guy. And one of those things that got me very curious. It's like, okay, so is it because he made us a big promise? Is there more than meets the eye to Doflamingo in a sense of what he promised them? I mean, he's telling his crew that after this is all over, he's going to kill Fujitora because he can't have him, you know, reveal what he's done on this island. So he definitely must have said something. The pull that he has within the world government is a lot greater than meets the eye. I mean, if an admiral is basically having to put everything that he believes in aside and not go after Doflamingo, you know something really big is happening in the background. I felt bad for Maynard, where he's just like, you know, but why? And he doesn't understand. He's talking to Bastille, and just everything about that beginning of the chapter with Fujitora is like, you can see he doesn't want to do this, but he has to. Either it's on orders from Akainu, or they just told him you can't do it, and that was the last thing. Maybe he follows the rules to the T's on some, like, you know, straight guidelines type of thing. Regardless of what, it's definitely something where he can't do anything. His hands are tied, and if somebody in that position, an admiral, hands are tied, then Doflamingo just has too much pull. Now, we got Koala investigating a ship, and you can definitely see that the Revolutionary Army, they have many different goals. If she's just like investigating small ships out there and finding out what they really are, they have other motives aside from what we know of them thus far. So I really would like to get a full-on thing of the Revolutionary Army soon, because it's like, what's going on? Why is she investigating these ships? Why is she trying to get this information and finding things out? I was like, yeah, the Revolutionary Army, they're up to some big shit, and I'm sure it's not evil or anything, so I'm like, what's going on? A bit with Doflamingo and all of his people. First of all, the art was phenomenal on there. Felt a bit of a plot device, though, and a cheap one, when Doflamingo's like, oh, we'll set the keys here, we gotta give them hope. I'm hoping that he's trolling, and he said that because maybe he feels somebody might be listening, and that's why he put it there, but in actuality, those aren't the keys, because if not, then it kind of comes across as like a cheap plot device, like, we're not worried. And Doflamingo seems too much of a very precise kind of guy to just put keys right there, so maybe he feels they're being watched, or something along the lines of that, and that's why he did that, because if not, then it's just like, you're getting a little too cocky there, bro. And the characterization of Doflamingo throughout this arc and some of the last arc, the ending of it, we really are getting to know this guy and who he is and what he's about. Like, for a long time, we just thought he was some laughing, evil fuck, you know, what he did to Bellamy back in Jaya, we just thought, like, he was just the most horrible thing. Come now, you know, we're in this arc, and we're really getting more information to the point where he's totally different than what I had imagined. First of all, he's so forgiving of all of his people, and again, this is all assuming that this isn't all just a masquerade, which if it is all the masquerade, then Doflamingo is beyond piece of shit level. I don't know what you would call it, but where he's like, you know what, me being pissed off at you, that's not going to change anything right now, okay, you failed, whatever, fuck it. And when he goes on to give us some information, it was like, whoa, you know, he's slowly blowing out the back door of Doflamingo's life, where he says he lost his mother at 8, killed his father at 10. So the whole theory and the possibility of Doflamingo being, like, related to Sabo, that was a theory. I guess at that point, with what he said, if it's all indeed true, then that's impossible, because Doflamingo is way older than Sabo, and, you know, for him to have lost his mother at 8, killed his father at 10, then there's no way, unless, like, he was adopted or something along the lines of that. So that theory is pretty much out the window at this point. But getting his character and what he said after that, deep shit, and just overall good. I don't know if you'd call it development, it's just more along the lines of learning, you know, his characterization of who he is, where he says, the people that are executive or above are the same people that shared my joys, they shared my sorrows, they're all that I have. And Doflamingo, there's so much more to this character than meets the eye, and I really appreciate it, and that was probably my favorite thing. Even though there's battles and all the great shit that happened in this chapter, that was my favorite bit, learning that much more about Doflamingo and seeing that a lot of the smiling thing, maybe that's his masquerade as well, in a sense of, like, Never let him see you sweat, so I'm gonna just keep smiling even though I've had a fucked up life. Now, he lost his mother at 8, killed his father at 10. Why did he kill his father? Was his father responsible for his mother's death? You know, you can make so many assumptions. Why would a kid at 10 years old kill his father? I'd imagine his old man was a piece of shit. Unless Doflamingo was an asshole and killed his father to inherit everything a lot sooner, which in that case, ho ho ho. And when that shit went down with Peeka, first of all, hilarious stuff. That's the One Piece comedy that I love. Like, he just comes out of nowhere, this giant fucking brawling ass statue. Hello! I'm just imagining what his voice is like. Nani! You know, they start laughing at him and he's like, these are my people. I will not tolerate and not forgive anybody that laughs at them. This is my family. I respect that as well. And I just overall thought that this chapter gave so much depth to Doflamingo, the character. And again, if this isn't all the masquerade and he isn't just this piece of shit lying or anything, there's a lot more that meets the eye to this character, and he could be one of the best characters in One Piece, who knows, because there was some good shit to this character with this chapter. Did anyone else get a little bit of a chuckle when Frankie takes off the blanket? He's like, yeah, I got the cola, I'm gonna blast me one. I was just like, it just came off as like Frankie's just trolling. Like, I don't know, I love that moment. It was such a simple moment. He just like a couple panels of him because they're like, hey, where's the pervert at? He's like, I'm going. I had to mention that because it gave me a smile. I thought it was funny as fuck. And then the setup. Luffy, Law, and Zoro show up, and all those people are there. And you got Senor Pink, you have Dillinger, you have the other dude, and then Fujitora. You get a setup for them going up against Fujitora, and you see in one of the panels towards the end, Zoro actually already clashed with him. Oh my fucking god, Dressrosa. You got an admiral right there. It's like Marineford all over again, mixed with like some other crazy shit from One Piece times 10. It's like, Dressrosa is just getting so good, and everything is just wrapping together so nicely. Like, oh, real curious where Sabo went, because they're like, hey, where did he go? So is he in the back, you know, trying to do things? Was he heading straight for Doflamingo himself? Is he the one listening? Maybe why Doflamingo was saying a bunch of different things to throw them off and putting those keys there? What is Sabo up to? Is he gonna meet up with Luffy? I'm curious where he went, because he's just like, you know, dipped off onto the scene, so I'm curious what he's up to. And I mean, if he's second in command of the Revolutionary Army, you know, dude ain't nothing to fuck with, especially now he got the Mera no Mi. Good old Usopp laying there unconscious. I'm like, bro, just get up and face the fucking music. I'm sorry, I was just looking at him like, it's funny, but at the same time, it's like, still, I'm disappointed on what I was saying last week, where like everyone just fucking abandoned him. Ooh, and the art, that last fucking page with the giant Peeka showing up and talking and Luffy just laughing his ass off. It's like, you got epicness there, you got like the scary fucking Attack on Titan, Colossus Titan looking shit, and then you just got Luffy laughing at his high-pitched voice. So you get that One Piece epicness with that One Piece comedy all in one. This chapter, leagues above last week. Just absolutely loved it, because it had a nice touch of comedy, it had character development, characterization, it had plot progression, it had a setup for an amazing battle. This was a fucking great chapter. I absolutely adored it. I thought everything about it was just strategically nicely done. I'm gonna give this bad boy 9 out of 10. It was great. A lot of setup, a lot of things went down, and overall, the best part, again, I still stick with everything that went down, the comedy, all the great shit and everything. That Doflamingo stuff was just like some powerful stuff, and learning that there's a lot more than meets the eye to Doflamingo. Only bit I will say is, if that was indeed a plot device, then it kind of just came off a little bit like, just say I'm gonna dangle the keys there for their hope. It felt a little bit cheesy. Let me know what you guys think. First of all, why is Fujitora so apprehensive to go after Doflamingo? Is it on orders? Is he following the last order he had? Is it because Doflamingo just has this higher power that they're scared of? Did he threaten him of some sort, say, I'll do it right now? Is he trying to protect the citizens? Why is it that Fujitora is so scared to go after Doflamingo? Also, what do you think about getting that little bit of information regarding Doflamingo, how he lost his parents, he killed his father, lost his mother, and how he views his comrades? Do you feel that that was a very powerful and impactful moment, and overall added to the character Doflamingo? Like, that bit made me like him that much more. Like, I thought he was an epic and, you know, crazy dude, but that gave him a notch higher in my book. Just their overall thoughts of the chapter, the funny shit with Peeka's high-pitched voice, and everything that went down. Again, this was truly a great chapter of One Piece. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say, or you enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.